AutoCAD's standard user interface used to include toolbars and menu bars. Out of the box, and by default, AutoCAD now comes with the ribbon. It's sort of replaced it with a hybrid of a menu bar here and the toolbars, and it keeps everything in one spot all the way at the top of your screen. Now, I prefer this method myself. I like the ribbon. It works well for me because it puts everything in one location. I always know where to go to find it. Not everyone likes that, and they want to use the menu bar and toolbar still, and that's perfectly fine. To get your menu bar back on, just type in menu bar. Press enter, type in the number 1 to turn it on. Now when you do that, it puts this menu bar at the top of your screen. You can get to most of the commands through here. You just click on the one for file. It has a lot of different file type options. Edit, view, insert, format, tools, draw, etc. Things like that. Here's the line command, ray, construction line. You can get to your dimensions this way. And you can work that way if you want to. It works perfectly fine. Then it's a fantastic way to do things. Now, if you have toolbars, it's a little bit more tricky to get those turned back on. If you go into the CUI, type in CUI, press enter, and I'm going to edit the BC Benton workspace. That's the one that I'm working with. Now, if you are going to edit a customized workspace, or you want to make it your own, I suggest you leave the default ones alone. You can start with any of those, but leave them alone and create a new one that's just for you. So if you don't have one here, you can select workspaces, right click and say new workspace. Give it a name, things like that. We'll go over workspaces more in depth later on. But right now I want to add toolbars to my workspace. Because when I select it here, you can see I have toolbars, there's nothing there, but I have menus, palettes, ribbons, things like that. So I'm going to right click on the workspace I'm going to customize, and I'm going to select the customize workspace option. These turn to a different color and it allows me to add to it. So what I do is I come here on my left, find the things that I can add to it, like toolbars, and I want to add the draw toolbar. So I click in this box here and you can see it's been added over there. When you're finished, click apply and then click the OK button. Now you can see on the left of my screen, it's added the draw toolbar. I have a lot of the draw commands right here. Now this is a very useful toolbar because it has a lot of the draw commands in it. Now toolbars are great because you can left click and hold and position them wherever you want them to go on your screen. Put them on the right, on the bottom, top left, whatever you want to do. And you just click on the icon and there's your command. Now you can edit these toolbars or you can create your own. I'm going to show you how to do that. You go into the CUI, press enter, and then you go to the toolbars options. See, if I click this button, it expands out the toolbars. And if I expand out each toolbar, it tells me which command is which. So let's create a new one. So I select toolbars, right click, new toolbar. Now we have to give the toolbar a name. I'm just going to give it my initials and the number 1. Type that in, press enter. So now when I click on this, you'll see on the right, there's nothing in it. If I click on any of these others, you'll see it has a lot of the commands right here. Shows me what they are, and so on. So in order to add commands to your toolbar, it's actually quite simple. You just select the toolbar, go to the command list, scroll down till you find the command you want, left click and hold it, and then drag it up and drop it right in. So it's going to give me a list of the different commands in my toolbar here on the left, and on the right, it's going to show me what it looks like. So you can just keep clicking and dragging until you get all the commands in there that you want. And I'm just going to randomly put commands in there. Now, you can do a little bit more than just make a toolbar. Inside the toolbar, if you right click on it, you can copy it to a ribbon panel. You can make a new toolbar. You can also add a flyout. Now, a flyout is one button that when you click on it, it has more buttons inside it to use. So I'm going to click new flyout. It essentially makes a new toolbar. And then to add to that, you just left click and drag the commands and drop them in, whatever you want them to be. Now, when you're finished, click apply, click OK. And here's my new toolbar. I can left click and drag it, move it around wherever I want. I can click on any of these buttons to start my command. If I click on that little X right there, it'll go away. That's fine. If you do that, you can just go back to your CUI and turn it back on. It doesn't delete it. Or you can go to a toolbar that you already have, right click, and this will give you a list of all the toolbars you have available. Here's mine. Left click on it and it brings it back. Now, if you see our little flyout here, if I left click and hold, it gives me more commands to choose from. I can find it, click it, and start the command. So making toolbars is very easy, and that's in fact a really great way to make small customizations or even big ones to your user interface. Now, if we go back to the CUI, I'm going to show you how to customize your menu. Essentially, you do it the exact same way. Just go to the menu section, right click, say new menu. I'm going to call it BCB menu, press enter, and then you just, again, left click, hold, drag and drop your commands into that menu. Now, if you right click on the menu, you can add a separator, and any of these can be customized if you just left click, hold, and then drag it to the position you want it to go to. You can also make sub menus in here, and you can find, replace, things like that. So when I click apply, then click OK, type in menu bar, the number 1, and you can see my new menu option is right here, BCB menu. Left click, there's my separator and all the commands that I put into it. So making toolbars and customizing menu bars is very easy, and they're practically identical to do. It's really just a right click, create the toolbar, then drag and drop your commands into it.